So, having just experienced box breathing in a whole new way, yeah, I have some questions. Kind of where you came across that technique and how you learned it and how long you've been applying it for.
Absolutely. Well, to answer that, I learned it from Pranayama, the Yoga of the Breath, a book that I bought years ago. I had heard of it because I've been into philosophy and particularly Eastern spirituality since I was a child. That was kind of a haven, safe space for me. But it wasn't until buying this book that I got step by step instructions outside of like a video or something. Which, you only have the guided meditation. You don't really have background information and all of this. So, to my knowledge, the origins of box breathing, also called square breathing, or equal breathing, is in pranayama yoga.
Very interesting. And so, for myself personally, the reason I said it was new to me is, I've heard the term before, and the only times I ever really applied it was like during movement walks or outside moving around, and I for whatever reason never really put it together to try it, sitting down and in almost a meditative state, eyes closed and really focused on the body and the breath like that. And so, yeah, could you just maybe talk a little bit more about that? When is the best time to kind of use this breath?
Well, for me, especially when you're using it in a seated meditative state, it brings you to such a peaceful calm that I like to use it before bed. I generally, therefore, accompany it with what I call presence visualization, which I'm not sure where I picked that up, to be honest. But it helps to bring you down so much that it's just great, especially if you're, a very active person, or you have a lot of professional pursuits, so you're going until just before bed. It can be really helpful to include in a wind down routine to bring your whole energy just down, get ready physically and mentally for bed, bring you into the moment because the breath is always in the moment.
Absolutely. And I like how you kind of led me in there to sync my thoughts and my breath. And I'd never done that before, but it was really calming. It helped me direct my mind instead of just trying to quiet it and not think or to direct my thoughts elsewhere. It helped to just direct it towards my breath, with that, think about my inhale and exhale. And so that was really helpful.
Well, anytime you are taking up a new practice, I think it's important to do it in a controlled environment, right? It's for me, I think of it as martial arts techniques, right? You practice them in a dojo and you practice them on no one, just in the air, so to speak, until you get to a certain proficiency. Then you add in the sparring opponent, a controlled opponent where it's not real. Then you would take it and try it. If you had to, you then try and apply it in a real situation. You wouldn't just jump into the real situation and try and use some new technique. um, so it's important likewise to start box breathing in a controlled environment, get good at it, do it with repetition and daily commitment like you would a workout program, and so that it becomes automatic enough that you're able to remember it in those high stress moments and do it in those high stress moments.
Absolutely. And that is, something I've also learned recently is that's kind of why I'm able to kind of remember certain behaviors in those stressful environments. It's just be from the consistency and the repetition. And that's really given me a leg up, I feel like, in, kind of patterning some of those habits so that when I do get stressed over my limit, I can kind of enact some things to bring me back down level. And so, this is really beneficial and I'm just going to put it in the toolbox here. So,
That's all that any of this is. They're tools to learn and then to try and apply in the situation that's right for you.
wonderful. Well, I know it's a little bit of a shorter one today. I feel like
We'll have an entire blog post for you to check out. So go and check that out on the website, themartialforest.com.
absolutely. I just gave it a cursory read myself. Have a great day, Logan. And it was wonderful talking with you again. Wonderful learning some new skills that I can utilize and integrate into my daily life. So thank you.
Absolutely, man. Happy to do it. So make sure those knees are at 90 degrees. You're not putting any pressure to push back or lean forward. Thighs resting comfortably on the seat. You got your hands in a decent position, but first let's bring that head straight. Imagine that string up through the spine. Bring the shoulders back gently. Tuck them down, opening up those airways. Now make sure that your top hand, its middle finger, is resting in the crux of the palm. Your knuckles on the fingers underneath. Bring those thumbs together gently, making an oval. Start focusing on that breath, aligning the inhale and the exhale with your thoughts of inhale and exhale. Then you can begin to slow it down. When you're ready, just give me a gentle nod and we'll begin with an exhale. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. Gently open up your eyes. Come back to the external. Just move about slowly to begin. And ease back into the day. Feel those effects, the calming effects.